back, everyone. Another episode of Dolla Dolla Bets. We've got Curtis with us. Caitlin is back. And for the first time in, it's been a month and a half, Bobby Betts is back. Still got the Yankees thing behind him. Hasn't taken that down in shame yet, but that's all right. Someday. Haven't seen any big offseason marks yet. Usually before Thanksgiving, you get a quick splash from the Yankees signing some big free agent.
They actually
hasn't happened.
did a bad with re-signing Grisham for $22 million. I don't like that move.
Yeah, I don't either.
Qualifying offer, just what are you doing? I mean, I hope it works out because I'm a fan, but
is that $11 million per home run?
I mean, fuck. He's not a leadoff hitter, but that's the way they play him. The Yankees, they just So it could be a really terrible offseason for the Yankees with that starting the domino effect, but hopefully not. We'll see.
I mean,
because you could have just had
baseline though to start with, so they're all right.
Jason Dominguez playing left, and then just re-sign Bellinger. But now it's like, I don't know. Bellinger might go to your Dodgers, Caitlin.
I know.
I was say reunion.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Well, he helped the Yankees out, and the rest of the team just couldn't cut it. So
let's recap a little bit of last week. I think overall, Pod had a solid effort, solid week. Caitlin, you want to start?
Yeah, so I took Gonzaga. I found them actually at -14.
Wait. Let me pause you there for a second. I don't know if you saw the YouTube comments, but you got a lot of hate in the comments for your Gonzaga.
I didn't.
Gonzaga, and if you're saying Zog instead of Zag, people are gonna hate on you. So just I'm gonna throw that out there. You gotta say Gonzaga.
I guess I gotta
tomato.
put my Midwestern accent back on, but I've tried to eliminate that, but I'll bring it back. Gonzaga, the Zags. The Sun Devils showed up. I mean, they were scrappy and they came out with the lead, and that was a little bit of a nail biter. So they did not beat the spread, and that sucked. But Arizona did beat UCLA. I took them -3.5, and they won by 4. But that was a great game to watch. I mean, it was just absolutely fantastic. But every single player that I've seen in the NCAA so far, I don't know what they've been doing in the off season, but they have not been working on their free throws. So everybody just needs to be doing free throws for the entire time that they have, where it's just empty, no space time, because I've seen so many missed free throws. It's ridiculous. I don't know what they're doing. So
yeah, that's a huge difference in games. When I used to coach basketball, we would work on that all the time, and you win games by that. You win games at the line. People just don't. Teams, no excuse for teams shooting under 70%. No excuse.
I was just appalled. Looking at Gonzaga, they missed so many free throws, and even Arizona, they could have beat UCLA so much. They could have beat them by so many more points if they had made those free throws. So I was disappointed, and I'm just disappointed overall in the free throw efforts by college basketball players. So those were my 2 picks. Won 1, lost 1, and then BYU versus TCU, that was a complete blowout. We already knew that was going to happen. My depressing one was Ole Miss versus the Gators, but we can talk about
there he is.
my hot take on the Gators later. Then the Seahawks at Rams, that was a win. The Chargers at the Jaguars, that was just a total bust for me.
But that wasn't just you. That was a squad ride on that one, and we all went down with that. I got on that one.
And then Cowboys versus Raiders, that was easy money.
Yeah, that was easy money. All right, Curtis, how about you?
Yeah, I actually had a really good week. All 7 of my picks won. Bears over Vikings, Bills over Bucks, Texans over Titans, Packers over Giants, Niners over Cardinals. I was actually at that game. It was pretty awesome to watch. Even Jacoby Brissett, completion record now, 47 completions, is in the history books. Shout out to
starting for my
him.
squad this week, so
Hey,
counting on him.
good pickup. Smart pickup. He's going to be really good the rest of the season. Ravens over Browns, Broncos over Chiefs. I kind of wish I went with your Cowboys
Yeah.
over Raiders. That was easy money too.
Imagine
Should've
the
just
Curtis
parlayed all of them.
parlay. He would have
Yeah,
won
yeah.
a nice little bag there.
I know. I might do that this week.
And I had some good fantasy advice too. That helped out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've got Diplo back. He's
Yeah, Diplo's. Sorry, guys. Diplo thinks he's
Diplo's
the
making
star
a
of the
guest
show.
appearance.
Our cute little
Squeaky
mascot.
ball. He likes to
He
show
wants
up.
to get the attention. He's playing with a squeaky toy.
What happens? You keep saying the
Debo
word
has
ball.
joined us late. He's coming in hot. He's banging his microphone. Lost a little bit, but let's see.
No.
He said fade Debo. He said fade Debo last week, and
Yep.
if you did that, you were probably smart. You would have made some money. But
Yeah.
where you at, Debo? How do you do?
I went 1-3. The Chargers game, I lost 2 bets in the Chargers game. It was just kind of atrocious. Justin Herbert got hurt. I don't know. He got hurt in the third quarter or something, or second, I forget. But that did not help because, when you're trying to come back, you need your quarterback. Probably your Pro Bowl quarterback this year. I'm sure he'll be a Pro Bowler. If not All-Pro. No, I don't know. We'll see the rest of the season. But, you can't really come back without your star quarterback. And it was just kind of ugly game all around. I think Caitlin already said that. But I did hit the teaser, the Broncos and the Lions teaser. Barely hit that. So I went 1-3. The money line parlay did not come in. The Falcons lost in overtime, so that could have been a 2-2 game, 2-2 week for me. But the Falcons lost to Carolina in overtime. And whatever, we'll keep it rolling. And on to the next week. If you faded me, you were profitable.
Profitable. So, but I think Debo's going to have a bounce back week. So.
I hope so.
He's due.
College football, I had a solid week. Went 3 for 4. My Irish hit well. They beat up on Pitt pretty good, which you need to do to get in the playoffs, and they're still looking like they're going to be in the playoffs. LSU won the game, but they didn't cover. That was the only college football bet I lost. That was pretty close, but interim coach thought they might do it. I threw out the New Mexico State. They were getting, depending on where you found it, 39.5. I saw up to 41 points on some books. It got tight a little bit there, but they came and scored late. They got 9 points on the board and covered by, I think they had about an 8 or 9 point covering. So they were all right. They covered that one. And then Debo asked me right before what was my most confident bet, and that was BYU playing in Provo. And BYU just dominated that game. That was easy money if you took that one. That game was over in the first half. They just led wire to wire. So pretty easy win for BYU coming off that loss the week before, and still in the hunt for the Big 12 championship. So let's move on to next week. We've got second to last, the penultimate week for college football. Not a lot of the rivalry games, not a lot of great games as far as spreads are pretty big in these, so you can get some underdog bets in this one. And then a big, huge week in the NFL. This was one of the tougher weeks to look at matchups. A lot of close matchups in the NFL. Tight spreads in this one. So we're going to earn our money here and throw out some good picks. So let's start with, and we got college basketball kicking up too. We had Caitlin had a couple bets. I got 2 bets for this week for tomorrow night. But let's start with college hoops. So I know Caitlin's got a bet. So let's let Caitlin throw that college hoops bet out there.
Yeah, so I'm looking towards I'm taking the Zags again, but it's not going to be until Monday, the 24th. They're playing Alabama, and I think that they're favored at -9.5, but the last game was just too close for comfort, and Alabama is really killing it too. So I'm going to take the Zags over Alabama. Which it's a little, I debated, but I said that I was not going to bet against the Zags this year. So I'm gonna keep rolling with them, but I'm just gonna take them outright because they didn't cover the spread. But they did just beat up on the team they just played, even though they're not even ranked. So I'll take that one for Monday, the 24th. And then I'm going to keep riding Arizona. They are playing Denver, I think, also on Monday, the 24th. So I'm going to I'm going to take Arizona outright against Denver. I don't know if there is a line on that, but I would just take Arizona outright.
All right. Anybody else have any college basketball picks?
Nope.
I do
I'm gonna
not.
throw a couple out. Go ahead.
I do
Anybody
not.
go?
I do not.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw a couple out there. I'm going to take New Mexico State again, this time in basketball. I went to one of their games a couple weeks ago. They look pretty good. Then I watched their game on, I believe it was Saturday, maybe. They played New Mexico, their in-state rival. New Mexico went to the big dance last year, lost to Michigan State in, I think it was the first or second round. But New Mexico State won at home. They've got a home game against the Samford Bulldogs. Samford is 3-3. Only teams they've won, they beat up on were some weak teams that all have losing records. I think Samford's not a great team. New Mexico State's looking to go 4-0. They're laying 6. I've seen 6.5 and 6. If you can get 6, take that one. So that's the first one I'm going to take. And then the next bet, two big teams. Well, Xavier, traditionally a good college basketball team, playing against Georgia. Georgia's just been throwing up points. They're scoring over 100 points, I think, 3 times this year already. So I like the over in that game. The over is it's like 168. But I also like the teaser bet. If you take the teaser, because we know that Debo has never found a teaser he doesn't like, you can get Xavier plus 14, and the over would be, let's see, it was one second here, plus 14, and where was the over under? I've lost it now. It was 160. 60 was the over. So take that one. I think Xavier's going to cover that 14 points, but it'll be not a lot of defense.
Big East has not looked good this year.
Big East does not look good. Creighton's going to be a little bit down this year. St. John's will be good. I think St. John's is going to run away with that, with the Big East, but yeah. All right, those are my 2 college hoops picks, and we can move on to sticking college. Let's move on to college football. I know Caitlin's got some bets. Anybody else have college football bets?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, Caitlin, what do you got?
So I'm going to keep riding with BYU. They're playing the Cincinnati Bearcats. I think that by far BYU has the best college freshman QB in all of the NCAA. He hasn't thrown any interceptions in the last 2 games. The Cincinnati Bearcats and BYU, they've only played each other 3 times, and that was since 2015, and every single time BYU has won, even when they played at Cincinnati. So even though they're going to be at Cincinnati and the spread is -2.5, I am just going to take BYU straight out because I think Cincinnati has a pretty decent defense. But they definitely have their work cut out for them with this college freshman quarterback that they've got. So I'm going with Bear and BYU. And then this is the controversial one because I know that Florida is not that great, but they are great in the swamp against Tennessee for some reason. I think it's like the last 55 years, they've never lost. I think they lost twice, once in 2017 and once in, I want to say it was maybe 2015, somewhere around there, but it was still a really close game. So if you could find a teaser to make that closer, then you might want to take Tennessee, but I'm going to take the underdog. I'm going full force with the Gators in the small.
Taking the Gators. What are the points on that one? Do you know what the spread is on that?
I saw that it's plus 164 for the Gators, I think. And then I don't know why I saw minus 198 for Tennessee. So I know the Gators they've been destroyed and beat up, but I just have to go with history. And I think that they have a lot of pride. Even though they're not going to be up for a bowl game and they're not going to be any contender this year. They've got pride and they've got history. So I'm not going to bet against history.
So the Gators are getting 4 at home. Over under is 57. That's a pretty high number for the way the Gators offense has been. But Tennessee put up a lot of points as we saw against New Mexico State. They can score. I kind of like if you're going to take the teaser, I'd take the over, and then you get the Gators plus 10, and then the over 51. I think that's a pretty good teaser bet right there. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that game, but if I was going to do the teaser, that would be it. All right. Thank you for those bets, Caitlin. I've got a bunch of college football bets. Some of these games are getting are important for the playoff implications for the non-power conference teams. So first game we're going to look at is Wazoo. The Cougs are playing James Madison. Kind of interesting matchup. Something you get with the Pac-2. So I'm going to take Washington State getting 13.5. Probably going to buy that. Probably going to and get 14 points. Taking that. Huge game for James Madison. If James Madison gets this game, they're in the running to be in the college football playoffs. But Washington State, I mean, they took Ole Miss. They almost beat Ole Miss on the road. So I think they're a team that can hang with a lot of people. 14 points, I think, is disrespectful. I don't think they're gonna beat them by 14 points. I think James Madison could win that game. That was where Coach Sig from Indiana was when they got all the hype. I think people are still thinking he's there, and he's not there anymore. So not taking that. Next game, going to Laramie, Elevation. Going to be a little cold weather game. Taking the Cowboys, laying 7.5. Again, you might want to buy that half a point. Playing against Nevada. Nevada, the worst team in the Mountain West. Nevada at least is a somewhat cold weather team. They also play at Elevation, so they don't get as much of a impact of playing there in Laramie. But I still think the Cowboys are going to cover at least 7 on that one. Sticking with the Cowboy theme, we're going to go horns up, even though I don't like Texas Longhorns. But we're going to take Texas Longhorns to bounce back, laying 10.5 against Arkansas. Arkansas has just been brutal this year. I think they're just going to mail in the rest of the season. Don't see them doing much. Texas and Sarkisian's got to play for a little pride. He needs to keep his job there. There's some rumors about him maybe not sticking around, maybe leaving. I don't know. I think he's still going to be there, but he needs to win games like this to at least keep a decent record. So taking Texas there. Next game is another game with playoff implications, and that is Tulane. Tulane is playing at Temple. Temple's gotten better lately, but Tulane's a pretty good team, laying 9.5. Again, that hook, you might want to buy that half point. Taking Tulane. And finally, the last college football game, giving you a lot today. The big game down on the farm at Stanford. Taking Cal. Cal 2.5. I think Cal's going to win this game easily. Cal's going to have more fans there than Stanford will in Stanford's own stadium right now. I know Andrew Luck's trying to turn Stanford around, but it's just not going to happen.
Can you pronounce Cal's quarterback's name?
No, I can't.
I can't.
No.
You want to give it a try?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to give it a try.
True freshman, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good freshman
good.
quarterbacks out there, like Carr for Notre Dame. There's
He's from Hawaii, right? Too. He's a Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Island boy.
I've heard a lot of rumors that he's not going to be there next year. That he's going to hit the portal. Anyway. All right. So let's move on. I know that Bobby's been gone for a while, and he's ready for what everybody's been waiting for. The big moment is the NBA Cup. I know everybody's sitting on the edge of their seats to learn about his picks for the NBA Cup. So, Bobby, what do you got for that?
I only have one pick for the NBA Cup. The Cup game is, very important because that's the only tournament that matters in the NBA. But you can get the Denver Nuggets at plus 2.5 at the Rockets. It's a really good value bet. They're very good. They have a cheat code in Jokic, and they're playing the Rockets, who are good as well, but I just like the Nuggets plus 2.5. You might even want to sprinkle and dabble some on the money line, but I would definitely take the points there. That's my NBA pick for, I believe that's tomorrow night. And then the only other pick I have is I'm going to go to the NFL, and I like the Seahawks. It's minus 12.5. I know it's a pretty big spread, but they're playing the Titans, who are absolute trash, and they just are probably really pissed losing to the Rams the way they did last week. So I think they're going to bounce back and just absolutely throttle them. It's going to be a bloodbath. So those are my 2 picks. Double.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good prop bet.
I was going to say, if you want a prop bet there, that's any given night. He's something else. Like last year, he was special, and this year, I think he's shooting 67% from the field. And
he shows up for the NBA Cup too.
The Cup too. He shows up for the Cup too, and these guys like to score a lot of points too. So because it matters, like point differentials. So them being underdogs, and it being,
it's kind of a European term, like the Cup game.
Yeah, Emirates.
So the soccer players. So, but I like that. I like that Nuggets pick. I'll follow you on that.
You open the NFL door. I don't think Debo's got any NBA picks, but I know you got some NFL picks. So
I got some NFL picks. I'm gonna go with 3 NFL picks.
Let's go with those.
Okay, go with those. Bounce back week. Let's go 3-0 or 0-3. Fade me. I'm gonna fade the Bears. Fade the Chicago Bears here. I'm gonna get Pittsburgh at +3 at home.
No Rodgers, Pittsburgh? You're going to take Pittsburgh?
Rodgers is questionable. Rodgers questionable. It's looking like he's going to give it a go. Mason Rudolph is the backup. The Bears have won all 7 of their games by a touchdown or less. All of them. They could easily be like 4-7, something like that. But I'm going to take the Pitt getting +3. They could still lose this game by 1, 2, or 3. I'll push. I'm going to get Pittsburgh Steelers. +3.
It's dropped to 2.5.
2.5. Okay. I saw it at 3.
Yeah, you can probably shop around and get 3 still.
Shop around. That's an important hook, obviously. 2.5 to 3. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the primetime game on Sunday too. It's Rams versus the Bucks. What a game! Let's go with the underdog here. This is not a fade against the Rams. The Rams are great, but I think there's gonna be a lot of points scored in this. But the Bucks getting 6.5. This is the type of game that Baker Mayfield is going to lay his body out and score a touchdown, get in that end zone. He'll fight for the first down yardage. It's going to be a scrappy game. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Bucky Irving is back finally after missing 6 weeks. So
Bucky is back. Yep. I think we have Godwin back too. I think so. I think Godwin is back as well. But Baker doesn't even need. He can do it by himself. Same with Stafford. I mean, Stafford, great offense. Tristan Wirfs is questionable. They're a left tackle for the Bucks, and that's pretty big. He suits up or not. I think I like the Bucks here +6.5. And my last one I'm going to is Dallas Goedert. I think this is a 2-unit play for me. Over 3.5 receptions. Over 3.5 receptions. The Cowboys allow top 5 most receptions to tight ends. They're playing the Eagles are going against the Cowboys. Jalen Hurts has been loving Goddard as of late, and I don't see why he would go.
That's a 2-unit bet from Debo. I'll hammer it.
I mean, 3.5 receptions at -120. I really like that. That's my favorite bet. Dallas Goedert over 3.5 receptions. And that's my last one. So,
they haven't thrown to him a lot.
Yeah. Why is that 3.5? I mean, it seems too. I looked at the numbers, and the Cowboys give up a lot of receptions to the tight ends. So they got a really bad defense too, obviously.
All right. I'm going to throw out some NFL bets. Not too many. As I said, I'm going to keep riding the Patriots until they lose, and they're not losing this week because they're playing Cincinnati.
Do they cover?
Patriots, are they going to cover, you think? Yeah, I think they're going to cover.
Did they cover last week? No, they didn't.
Not on the bet that I took. They didn't cover.
Yeah, but I've been doing the teaser bet. I've been doing the teaser bet with the over.
Are you going to do your over and your teaser again?
That's
right. Over and Patriots and the over has hit like 6 or 7 weeks in a row. It's just been like automatic. This game, I'm not going to take the teaser bet, even though I should, but I think Patriots -6 is like easy money. I feel like that's easiest win on the board right now. I know they're due for a letdown game, but I still think this is a spot where they're going to do well. Let me see what the over under is on that game. It is it's the Monday. No, that's next week. The week after, it's the Monday night game. Let's see, where's the Where's the Patriots game? The over-under in that game is 51. So, I mean, if I'm going to do the over in the teaser, could do that one. That becomes a pick 'em and over 45.5. I think the over is going to hit on that one. Patriots are going to win. If you want a little security blanket right there, if you don't trust the Patriots winning by the touchdown, or you could do the teaser bet there. That's your guaranteed win on that one. Cash that in as does Debo and I know we have a listener here who's already got his kid's college fund paid for from last week.
That's right, Keith. Shout out Keith.
Shout out to Keith, whose college fund was paid. He doesn't have 2 kids yet. I don't know. He may have 2. Yeah, he may have 2 kids. So there's a chance for his next kid to get his college paid for too.
Yeah, this is true.
So shout out to Keith for that one. Aside from that game, like I said, it's a tough week for matchups. There's a lot of close matchups, and then the other ones there's some big spreads. But I hate to pick this team, but I'm going to take the Chiefs at home, back at Arrowhead. Must-win game for the Chiefs, lay in 3 points. I think the Chiefs they're too good. They're too good a team as far as experience to just continue this losing streak and to not show up the rest of the season. I think they're gonna grit this next one out. Indy's a great team too, but they've been starting to look a little vulnerable at times. People are figuring out some of their schemes, so taking the Chiefs -3. Those are my 2 NFL picks. Curtis, I know you got some picks, so what do you got?
Yeah, I'll take the Lions over the Giants on the money line, -650. The Lions are at home where they're 3-1 at Ford Field, and the Giants, well, they're 0-6 on the road, so shocker, they're not great. Give me the Lions over the Giants in that one. I'll also take the Patriots over the Bengals on the money line, -255. Patriots are doing really well on the road, 5-0. Bengals have struggled at home, 2-3. Joe Burrow might play, but I don't. I think they'll play him next week as he's still coming back from that, severe injury in week 2. So I'll take the Patriots over the Bengals as well. I'll take the Seahawks over the Titans. Like you mentioned earlier, the Seahawks had a rough game against the Rams. I think they're going to take all their aggression out on the Titans, the poor Titans, on the money line, -1100. Seahawks are 4-1 on the road, also playing really well on the road, just like the Patriots. Titans are 0-5 at home, pretty similar to the Giants. So I'll definitely take the Seahawks over the Titans on that one. I'll also take the Ravens over the Jets on the money line, -1500. Ravens, they got a healthy Lamar Jackson, all the weapons that he needs, and the Jets have officially benched Justin Fields for this game in favor of Tyrod Taylor. So I'll definitely take the Ravens over the Jets for that one also. I'll take the Jaguars over the Cardinals on the money line, -158. Jaguars are 2-2 on the road, but looked really good last week against the Chargers.
They did look good last week.
And the Cardinals are 1-4 at home, and they've just had a rough season. So I'll take the Jaguars over the Cardinals for that one. And then on Monday night, 49ers, I'll take them over the Panthers on the money line, -370. They got Brock Purdy back. He looked really good against the Cardinals, the game I went to this past Sunday. Didn't use Slick Rick as much, Ricky Pearsall, but he's healthy again, so he'll start to filter in a little bit more. But yeah, they really dominated the Cardinals, even from the opening kickoff where Sky Moore almost took it to the house.
Oh, yeah, Brock looked nice.
Yeah, Brock looked really good. A couple of iffy throws, but
very nice.
But most part he looked really good. So I'll take the 49ers over the Panthers.
All right, yeah. Brock looked so good, and the line looked so good that he unfortunately didn't have to run at all. And so Debo and I both lost on the Purdy rushing yards. That was the first one he didn't hit in a long time.
Purdy rushing point. Maybe because he hadn't been playing in a while.
Yeah, but it was a low number. It was like 8 or 9 yards or something like that. It wasn't much. But
it's that turf toe, man. The turf toe is no joke. I mean, I thought they're going to put him out there. He's going to be healthy. He's going to be able to scramble. But there was just no occasion where he needed to scramble. He barely got even hurried.
The
Cardinals
line
defense
was so
sucks.
good that game.
He just ate him up. He carved him up, and he didn't really need to do much. And the Niners defense came away with 3 turnovers, which is huge. Love to see the defense, the young rookies balling out. Malik Mustafa with his 2nd career pick. The Niners were looking good, but it is the Cardinals, so got to pump the brakes a little bit. And we are like one of the worst defenses in the league without Bosa and Warner.
Mm-hmm.
And so two of probably the best defenders in the league. I was talking to Downey about this. I'm like, would the Niners be NFC favorites if they had Bosa and Warner and they had like Ayuk back and just like all the injuries? If they had like half of those injuries back, but mainly Bosa and Warner, they might be the favorites to win the NFC. But like this defense,
I can't put them ahead of the Eagles yet, just because the Eagles' defense just looks so good. But I'd put them there close.
The Eagles are reminding me of the Chiefs last year, where they're squeaking out wins, but they keep winning, but they're squeaking them out.
They make.
And what happened to the Chiefs last year? They lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
But I don't know. That's just me. The Eagles are very dominant. We'll definitely put the Eagles and the Lions and the Rams up there. And if the season ended today, then the Niners will be the 7th seed. We also have the easiest schedule going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So expect the Niners to make the playoffs, and I'll be happy if they get one win. Just win a playoff game, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead,
going to throw in my NFL picks here, but I think the Colts are going to beat the Chiefs at home, and I think they're going to win outright. I'm not going to take the points. I'm not going to take the 3.5. I'm just going to go
Moneyline
straight for it.
You could jump on Curtis's back and take all the minus 1500s.
Oh, that was a little slant at you, Curtis. There, Curtis.
Yeah.
Curtis,
you should make it just parlay it, Curtis. We'll call the Curtis pillar. It's an 8-leg parlay with a bunch of favorites.
Yeah, a bunch of favorites, like your buddy Tommy.
Why the Colts aren't favored to win this game? Because the Chiefs have been struggling, and the Colts have. I mean, I know that the Colts have just been destroying people. So I don't know why they aren't favored, even though the Chiefs, they're at home, but the Chiefs are 5-5. The Colts they've got a better record. So, I mean, if you want to take the 3.5, take the 3.5 just to be safe, but I'm going to take them just outright because I'm not dealing with any more of these points issues, except for the Lions versus the Giants. Because the Lions versus the Giants, I think the Lions are going to have the ball the entire game. I know that the Giants have a decent defense, but the Lions, they're just going to run the ball the entire game, and it's not really going to be
Gibbs, Montgomery.
So I'll take that one minus 10.
Hopefully Gibbs goes off again for my fantasy team. He's been a cheat code this year so far.
Yeah, so I'll take the Lions minus 10.
I'm live betting the Sharks right now. It's 3-3.
So
last time I did this, right now? I did this 2 nights ago, and Macklin Celebrini had a hat trick, won in overtime. They're playing the Kings. It's 3-3.
All right,
Sharks are
fake Debo.
Everybody for a while.
Pile on the Kings right now.
Sharks have been feisty this year.
Macklin Celebrini is one of the. I mean, like they're mentioning names like Wayne Gretzky and Sid the Kid. He's passing like the youngest player to do this, the youngest player to do that. The Sharks got something going here. I don't know if you guys saw that game 2 nights ago, but
I saw the highlights. He went off and he's been doing work. He's
known for being an assist. I just got minus 106 right now.
That's what it was. That's not bad.
The Sharks have been great, like in the late, like the third period. Do not count them out of a game, and they've like if they get down early, you never lose hope because like they've been coming back. The Sharks team is actually pretty exciting. I thought it was going to take a couple of years, but they're probably looking at a playoff. I mean, at the rate they're going, they'll probably get like in a bottom seed. But I mean,
hey, hockey. You guys all know hockey. Anything can happen. Just get in and win.
Just get in and win.
That's. I think hockey's the most crapshoot of all the playoffs. In my opinion.
All right. So future bet the Sharks.
I mean, I just live bet them just now. But yeah, future bet. Let's look at a futures bet right now.
While you're doing that, let's go back to Caitlin for finish up the NFL bets.
Absolutely.
No, I don't have any more NFL bets. I was looking at some of the other ones, but the games they're really close.
It's a tough week for NFL.
It really is.
This is the hardest week of the season. The only other one I would, I don't know, Green Bay over the Vikings. Vikings have been playing pretty crappy lately, but Green Bay's not great either. So I don't know.
The thing that's
Tough games out there.
fun, guys, about this NBA Cup bet, if you take the spreads, you can really kind of hammer them because these guys will score a lot of points because they matter. So these are the
True.
times that if you want to bet the NBA and you like something and someone's favored by, 8-10 points, take the spreads on those because they're going to run it up to 20, 30 if they can, if they're really good, if they're a big favorite, because, they'll keep scoring, right, Debo? I think last year, I remember we kind of found some magic money doing that.
Mm-hmm.
On the NBA Cup?
Yeah.
On the NBA Cup, yeah.
Yeah, they'll keep scoring. They'll run it up. Yeah, I mean,
So
that's,
you
especially for games 1 and 2. And
Yeah.
then what? There's 3 games, or is there 3 or 4 games?
I think there's 4. I think it's 4 per
There's 4,
group, yeah.
For the
So
group-
definitely
the
getting
group-
those
the
first
group
2.
stage. Yeah.
If you like a favorite, I would hammer them if
Yeah.
the first couple games.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
I think that
I just
the
bet
Cavs.
against-
I just looked again now. It's kind of I didn't do my homework. Sorry guys, but the Cavs. I think that could be a good one. Hammer the Cavs.
I just bet against your Sharks, Debo. So I'm
Fade Debo.
I just put like
Fade Debo on the cast live
I was like,
for
no,
a flip
I-
coin.
I'm going with
We're
LA.
going into
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Sharks
We're
are
into a
minus
shootout.
270
Watch the
live
highlights
right
later.
now.
The Sharks are? Let's go.
Well, now it's just locked again. I'm just looking at the live.
I know.
Sharks- the Sharks
They
just hit their
literally
first
they
shot.
locked it as soon as I pushed place bet, and then it locked it right after.
Sharks got
minus
the first.
350 now.
Minus 350. They probably got the save on LA. The Sharks scored the first goal. I'm watching this right now. Yep, they got this.
All right. Devo's got the live Sharks game. I know everybody is excited about this to hear this podcast after the fact. They already know the outcome.
I know,
what's
right?
happening. But they can give some grief in the comments.
Exactly.
Curtis, do you have any fantasy advice for us?
But I will fire back at Bobby though. I had Bears over Vikings plus 142 and Broncos over Chiefs plus 172 last week. Just so you know, I don't always bet the favorites. But yeah, back.
Yeah, I wasn't hating their good picks. I'm just
Hey,
saying if you do
you
that,
gotta-
just parlay them so you can
Yeah.
get some juice back.
Exactly.
That's all.
Yeah.
Or
you can't
or
take huge favorites like minus 200 or more,
or dabble and take the spreads.
or just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
parlay them together. Like, because then
But the parlaying, if you could do like a lot of people, some people have success parlaying a bunch of big favorites, and it works.
Yeah.
But it's also
I might try that
you miss
this
that
week
one
and see
leg
what
always,
happens.
and that's baseball.
But yeah, so I'll give you guys some
Hey,
fantasy
my
advice.
parlay worked out today
Yeah.
with
That's
the
right.
under over on the Texans. There,
let's go.
Right. yeah.
Live
right.
shootout feed straight from Devo.
Yeah,
now
dude.
we're gonna get copyright infringement for broadcasting hockey
No,
stuff.
you
Thanks,
can't
Devo.
get that. You
Appreciate
can't get that. You can't
Shout
get
out
that.
to Better and Teasers.
No, we got to shout out ESPN Plus. We're not.
All right, Curtis. Let's wrap this up with some.
I'll
wrap
go
this up
quick.
with some fantasy picks before Debo starts the
Sidetracked.
celebration dance here.
See, I'll state the obvious. Joe Burrow. If anybody gave up on him in week 2 injury, go pick him up. The Bengals are optimistic he could play this weekend against the Patriots. I'm thinking he probably will start next week against the Ravens. He's got to log at least 2 full practices, no setbacks. So if you're desperate for a quarterback and he's available, go pick him up. Gee, I guess we scored. If you need a running back,
Victory dance.
Bashal
Sharks won.
Tootin,
Sharks
running back
won.
for the Jaguars.
Suck on that.
He just had the most carries he's seen all season this last week against the Chargers. Took 15 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown. He's more of a stash ad at the moment just because Travis Etienne also played pretty well. But if you need a running back, Bashal Tootin, running back for the Jaguars. If you need a tight end, A.J. Barner for the Seahawks played really well this past week. He's kind of flown under the radar a little bit. But he's been the most productive tight end for them. He had 11 targets, 10 catches, 70 yards this past weekend against the Rams. So if you need a tight end, A.J. Barner for the Seahawks. I'll say honorable mention, even though he should be, I guess, stating the obvious, Michael Wilson, wide receiver for the Cardinals. I mean, I was there live in person. I didn't even realize how many, catches and yards he had, but he had an incredible game against the Niners. 18 targets, 15 catches, 185 yards. Marvin Harrison Jr. is also ruled out for this week in week 12 against the Jaguars. So if you need a wide receiver, go get Michael Wilson right now for the Cardinals. But a couple of notable running back stash ads. Emmanuel Wilson, running back for the Packers. Just monitor Josh Jacobs' health this week. He might be out. He might play. Kind of the same thing for Kenneth Gainwell, running back for the Steelers. Monitor Jalen Warren's health. But it looks like those starters might be back in action. But Sean Tucker as well, running back for the Bucs. He might have just passed up Rachaad White on the depth chart because he balled out this past weekend. And Bucky Irving looks like he might return, but those are just some little stash ads as well.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right, everyone. Hopefully we'll get a, depending on everybody's availability, but I'm sure some of us, since we got 5 now, somebody's going to be available for a Wednesday night pre-Turkey Day emergency pod, just to get those football picks in there for people while they're eating their Thanksgiving dinner. We'll get some, they might even have to do a side bet on that one for the team here.
You can do Thursday morning maybe. Or actually,
I'm going to be doing a 5K in the morning, but Wednesday night, yeah, well, yeah.
Look at you.
Golf on Wednesday.
Doing a 5K.
Well, I'm not going to be running it. I might be walking with my dog, but I'll at least
pace
be
yourself.
out there. Then I'll hit the beer tent afterwards.
Stay hydrated.
But yeah.
What a life.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Have a good weekend, and I'll be in Vegas before the next pod. Look for me on TV at the Players Era Tournament. A couple games there at MGM Grand, and I'll try and hit some money on the blackjack tables. We'll see what happens with that. And good luck on the bets. And Debo said bounce back week. He's already 1 for 1 with the Sharks, so I'm not sure this is a fade Debo week, so you might want to take his advice in this one. And Caitlin got a win tonight. I lost on the Bills game, and it's good to have Bobby back. So, all right, I think we're out of here.
Good to be back, guys.
We'll see you.
Bye, guys.
See you next week.